All right. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday evening. Here we go with another one of these. We're doing the damn thing, and I am going to copy my URL here for the Zoom meeting for anybody who would like to join live. Just let me know in the chat. Say, hey man, let me in, and we'll let you in because this show will accept anybody. Let's just face it. Anybody could be on this show, man. Let's see. Let's send that one there. Let's see if he wants to join. And yeah, let's go ahead and get going with the damn thing. So we're gonna be painting some Harry Potter minis, because why not? Harry Potter. I've been painting a batch today. I'm looking at, let's see. I'm looking at painting this dude who looks fairly boring. And I am not doing that tartan because that's for jerks. But let's go ahead and start getting him painted up. Lots of gray on this model, so we're gonna get going with some gray on him, just like you see. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions or comments, threats, you know, the usual stuff. Let me know, and we're gonna keep going from there. Okay, so once again, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting, what we should be painting. I do not have enough room for all these paints on my desk. You want to know why? It's because I've been painting all civilians. That everybody's got. This belt is this color, and this belt is this color. So it's a lot of shit. Okay, and try to get us back down to brass tacks here. This guy has dude, I didn't even fix his skin. His skin looks terrible. Let's fix his skin. That's probably first thing I need to do to this homeboy, homeboy, before we really, because look at that, that's terrible. Looks like, he just looks like a mime. His skin is all out of whack. All right, it's because I'm using, I just ended up using the wrong Reaper paint. But we're gonna use this P3 Flesh Wash. It's gonna help bring some balance back to the force here. Where's actually my brush? We are using the Raphael 8404 tonight because Night Models has a silly amount of small detail. So, you know, even to get eyes like that, it's kind of a pain. But you can see we're gonna take that mime look that he's rocking right now, kind of give him a bit more of a human look, right? With flesh and everything. That Flesh Wash did not even really take, did it? No, just sort of bounced right off his weird resiny face. He does have a weird resiny face. I mean, does he not? He's kind of odd. All right. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do something that I never advise doing, which is I'm gonna pull a little bit of that color on there from the Flesh Wash just to help guide, you know, where the color is gonna sit on the model. So I normally advise against doing that because it can lead to problems later. But let's go ahead and do that, and then let's start some color blocking on this guy. Okay, so the shirt is like it's like a gray flannel shirt. He's got kind of a darker beanie. And like I said, I'm not going to do tartan, but I'll do, I don't know. We'll do something. His shirt is fairly boring. So for now, let's get that beanie done. And then I actually even need to go back and paint I'm gonna have to go back and repaint the skin on his face because dude, homeboy's kind of a mess right now. Yeah, Harry Potter minis just sitting in kind of a weird, they're just in a weird place painting wise. They use weird colors on them, and then I don't know. All right, so now we got to do the blue jeans, and I kind of hate the way they do blue jeans on this model. So we're gonna go back to that Walking Dead formula for blue jeans. Hey, what's up, Nelson? So we're gonna do the Walking Dead formula for blue jeans, which is we're gonna hit it with some Gryph-Charger Gray to start. Oh shoot, and there is another portion of this that I must attend to, but I'll get there in a minute. First things first, let's get some color going on these guys. Yeah, it's mainly because there's silly details. Some of the details are super mundane, and the faces are as tiny as you can imagine. Faces are really tiny on Harry Potter. That's why, and night models in general. That's why a lot of people just don't even bother painting faces. Like they don't even paint the features of the face on these a lot of times. Let's get some. So there's simple parts to this model to block out, right? Block the shoes out and the chopstick, which I guess is a wand. So many guys run around with only one chopstick. You only have one chopstick, guy. So here we go. So these are the simple parts of the model, and I'll show you where we're at with some of the other models because you know, I've been popping it on and off all day with these, like hopping on, doing a little work on some, and then hopping back off. I've done next to nothing on this guy, so you can see that we're gonna do the basic block out, get all the important bits done, and then it's about getting detail on, right? Is it about Universal Studio 51s? These chopsticks. Why you only fight with one chopstick? You're gonna be hungry afterwards, you guys. All right. So we just started that, dude. But let me show you some of the other things we've been working on. And so I'm working on basing on most of these. So you got Fang here, who honestly does not have really anything distinguishing on him. He's a dog. So you got Fang. You got this guy. I guess they call him Grabbers. He's got a coat here that needs a little bit. I need a little bit of highlight there on the on kind of the wool parts, the sheepskin parts of his jacket, and then he needs a wash on his pants. But was doing some like color blocking on them. Here's the other one. She's actually pretty much done. I think all I have to do is and I'll do it right now. There's just this one tiny little bit of hair that needs to be done, right? Because it's making her face look weird. So I gotta, there we go. I'll just get that in. There we go. Now she has a more normal looking face. But she definitely has the lighter blue jeans and the single chopstick. So good job you. And then we got the wolf thing, which is kind of creepy when you start looking at it. It's got like really small eyes. It's got really tiny little yellow eyes, and then had this giant thing of flash right here that I had to cut out. I think I showed you a picture of it, but I took the blade there and just whoop, cut that out. So that's wolf in form of the wolf guy, who is right here. He's looking a little too green right now, so I'm gonna tone him down, make him a little more olive in tone. So he just needs a wash, but you can see that's him. He's rocking a little mustache there. And then we got this dude here who has very annoying clothing. He has a little pink bit in his hair, and he has very annoying clothing. But he's actually one of the more he's coming along. He's looking pretty good. And then last but certainly not least, you love his screen. Oh, thanks. And then you got Hagrid. So Hagrid's looking pretty cool. His I guess his eye looks a little, no, he just looks a little drunk, but that's that's okay. Hagrid, the drunk. Oh! So anyways, that's a cool, okay, if you like that color, I'll keep the color. I was more following the studio art, but more than I do actually like this color, because the studio art has him muddied down a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So I do need to do something real quick, guys. So I'm gonna run to my car for 30 seconds. So hold on one sec, guys. I'm gonna put us on mute for just a minute, okay? Okay, and we are back. All right. Nelson, we are just hanging out. I'm gonna shoot you a Zoom link if you would like to come join in the conversation here. So let's do that. And there we go. So you got a Zoom link. Feel free to join if you like. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep on painting the paints and we're gonna keep rocking from here. So so this guy's skin looks a lot better. I may have to give him, let's admit Nelson, and there we go. And I'll go ahead and put in, I'll pin that video. Cool.
Hey, how's it going tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Dang, just a bunch of sirens started kicking off as soon as you hopped in. Been coming for you. They heard about you, Nelson. What are you up to?
Oh, no, I'm just got home walking the dog.
Just chilling? You go anywhere today?
No, today's my day off. And the VPs were like, take a weekend off, guys. Like, for the ones that aren't scheduled to come in this Saturday, just go and enjoy your weekend. I was like, finally, goodness. Ooh.
That's cool. Oh, man. All right, let us. Yeah, this guy's got a really goofy expression on his face, but we're gonna. It's okay. We'll make it work. What did I do with that basilicanum gray? But yeah, you know, we're these getting the weird thing is on the night models, they have that batch of resin that gets real sandy sometimes, and it gets like real gritty and sandy, and it can lose its clarity. And I felt like on that female model, you got a little bit of that. And on this model, you get a little bit of it, but it's not as hard. It's not as conspicuous. So anyways, I'm gonna shade down his head. Shade down that thing, oops. So that, wow. Okay, looks like that actually really wants to stay there, so I might have to touch that up.
Do you think it might be my gluing issue
No.
that fogs it up, where
No.
it's kind of sandy? Because I recall you mentioned something to my exclusive figure of Voldemort, and
Yeah.
remember I had real hard time getting his lightning, and because you know how his lightning effects will glue onto his arm, and
Yeah.
it's a separate piece, so it's really hard to balance it. So I mean, it was a good idea, cool effect, but as you mentioned, night model, it's just not the best when it comes to cutting models into pieces, right?
Right.
I was really having a hard time balancing that arm to the rest of the body because the lightning effects were long and huge. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to use a lot of gel glue on him. So by the time it dried, when I gave it to you, I didn't check. So maybe that's why I made it sandy. It fogged up, maybe.
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's just that sometimes the resin that they use for whatever reason dries really dry and brittle, and it doesn't like to stick. Like it doesn't like to stick to itself, and then when you paint it, it's like painting this it's like painting like a kind of, it feels like sandy. It's hard to explain, but it's like I'll see that in night models in some of their range, like you'll see it in the Batman range too occasionally. But
yeah, I was gonna say,
I think most recently their latest stuff doesn't quite do that as much.
so you have seen it on the Batman stuff before?
Yeah, I've seen it on Batman stuff plenty of times.
Okay.
So I think it's more of a night models thing. And it's just stuff like that. It's weird because I can tell it's doing it because it'll take like what are supposed to be smooth and clean features. Like this face is actually supposed to be pretty smooth, and it just like grabs the paint funny, for lack of a better description. It's weird. Just does not want to. It doesn't want to behave correctly when painted. Let's do a little red on this guy.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd rather have them go with like I think it's called the hard plastic, kind of like Guild Ball models. You know how the latest Guild Ball models are really crisp and really detailed.
Yeah.
They're plastic, right?
No, they have a they're making resin models too now. So they make, some of their teams are plastic. They're like PVC plastic, and then some of their, but their newest stuff is all resin.
Do you prefer that?
Guild Ball went through a very similar thing that Night Models went through, where they had some
Right.
sandy models in there as well, and they started to bend. That was my problem with Guild Ball models, is they would bend in your case. So they would start like leaning over and even starting to like fold over on itself, while if you had a hot car and you left your case in the car. But the new resin that Guild Ball has is a lot better. It's just the only issue I have with the new resin is it can be hard to clean sometimes. Okay, so let's continue on with this guy. I'm gonna hit it with like 2 washes right now. But it's, I don't know. I think the newer Night model stuff is getting a lot better. It's not doing that as much. All right, where is, I can't, that's not it. There it is. So he's gonna have like darker blue jeans. The art has him in kind of like baby blue jeans, which I think looks terrible on the male minis. So I'm being sexist again. I don't think you should have, right? It looks too much like a, I'll show you what I mean here by that. There. So that gives him, so he has kind of a slight fade to the jean, but it's a lot darker than the studio art jean is supposed to be. Then you've got like, because they had him in these color jeans, which looks great on her, but it would look terrible on this guy. Anyways, the bases are actually 2 different colors, but you start with a Pterodon turquoise. So Pterodon turquoise goes over much of the bases. And I do prefer these bases over the over those rubble bases that Batman used to come on. I hated those bases with a passion. These bases are better. They're still not as good as, if you recall, they had flagstone bases, and those were awesome. I think I still have a couple of those flagstone bases that Night. They should have just continued with those. Those were the best bases they made. These are all right. Like they'll do fine in a pinch. I'm gonna let that guy dry, and let's start working on some of these other guys. This guy here needs a wash on his pants, and he needs to highlight the sheepskin stuff. So let's work on that. So his pants are a real dull gray in the art. So we're just gonna do that. Push this basilicanum gray around. Such a versatile contrast paint. And I use it as a wash as often as I use it as a paint because it's super versatile. And so I'll get that, and then I'll get the rock as well. And then once that Turdon turquoise dries on all the models, we'll hit that with like an ink. Okay, cool. All right, so now this guy here, got a real retro like jacket here. I think I want to use, I think I'm going to go kind of bright. So we're going to use this Elfic Flesh. I think Nelson had to jump off to join another call or something. All good though. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to pick off some of the edges here, some of the points of this, the lamb's wool lining here on the coat. And sometimes this detail is just a little too fine. So you gotta be careful about how we're picking it off. There you go. So we're gonna go, as you can see, it's going a lot brighter on it. It looks white on screen, but you should actually be able to see some of the deep, like some of the texture of this, texture of the wool anyway. Right? It's like the most fun part of this particular model is getting this jacket right. Okay. Oh, got a little too far there. Whoop. Just gonna fade that out a little bit and we'll keep going. I want to get back here, get all this. Right. At least he's warm, this dude. He could fight with his broken chopstick. He only has the one chopstick and it's broken, which is totally my fault. Because I have this habit of maybe it's not me, maybe it's the Harry Potter. You know, you make a whole resin line and most of the minis are holding these fiddly little wands that I'm calling chopsticks. They're gonna break, they're gonna snap. Sometimes they're broken already in the package. And that's a pretty serious knock on Harry Potter minis, but am I lying? No, just get that sometimes. All right, let's move it along. Who else needed attention? This thing is actually in pretty good shape. The only thing it might need is really just a really, really thin wash just to blend it, right? Because it's got good elements to it. It just needs that smooth, that final smooth tone. So what I'm gonna do is
Just
we're
what
gonna
I
take.
made.
Hey, what's up?
Guess what I made?
What'd you make?
I made boba tea.
You made your own boba?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I made
So
my
you,
own tapioca. It's been a while.
so when you just go to the store and buy some tapioca and heat it up.
Yeah, boil
And-
it, heat it up. And
Yep.
make my own tea or
Nice.
taro drinks and stuff.
Nice. That's the Jose justification for him never wanting boba. He's like, oh, so I could just go home and boil it. I'm like, yeah, but you don't. So come have boba.
We
And
all
then-
know it's always hard to get Jose to participate in it.
Ah, man, I just give Jose a hard time no matter what. It's really sad when my son is telling me to just lay off on Jose.
Yeah, be nice to Jose.
Dad, be nice to Jose. Okay. Dang. Though Jose is the one guy that I'm saying stay home. Don't die from this stupid virus. This is, something's wrong when I'm always telling Jose, get the F out of your house, dude. Go do something. But with this virus, I'm like, stay home. Don't die.
Yeah, out of all of us, Jose probably has the worst luck.
Yeah, plus, he has some pretty serious asthma. So that's like a virus like this could like in all seriousness really be fatal for somebody like that. So yeah, like I was talking to him when this whole thing started and I said, yeah, don't mess around. Just get home and don't walk out. Like, I mean, he couldn't even leave his condo when we were in the Philippines because of because he had a bad asthma attack there, and the pollution, right? The pollution in Manila was such that it's a big old layer of smog around that city. I wonder if I should ask my friends there. If that yellow cloud of smog is gone from Manila. But yeah, considering he couldn't even go to like a bar with me when we were in the Philippines, like he should not leave his house for COVID at all. But hopefully for the rest of us, we'll start seeing some normalcy return.
I hope so.
Are you still working from home?
Yep.
And
yeah, no words from the top down. Well, from top saying that I don't know if we're going back in soon. We actually performed better when we were all working from home, which was odd.
That doesn't sound odd to me. Like when I started working at home, and I got the team, like them to buy in on here's how we're gonna run our department now, things got really, really good. Like we started to run pretty well. Let's see. Hagrid is actually, he's looking pretty good. I don't know what else I need to do here. His eyes just look a little drowsy. He has super tiny eyes. Super tiny eyes. It was really hard to do that. But yeah, I think he's looking pretty good. We just need to do the finish the base there. So who else do I need to work on right now? Thought somebody else needed. Oh, let's see. I was gonna wash this dude. but you like this green, so I'm gonna just keep it. I mean, I could
I
do
really
a
like that color on him.
I could do a second wash, but I think it'll start dulling down if I do a second. But yeah, this is cool. This is 3 different greens and then one single wash, and it turned out pretty cool. All right. So let's see, this dude here, and come back to him. He has like a flannel shirt, and I'm just afraid I'm gonna ruin this shirt if I try to do flannel on it. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, frankly, I think he kind of looks better, because you don't want to do stripes on this shirt either with all the pockets and stuff. It'll just look weird. What I will do is I'll give the shirt a gray. I give the shirt a gray highlight so that it doesn't. I gotta find the right gray. Here we go. Give the shirt a gray highlight and make it look at least nice and clean. But yeah, so I think we haven't heard from the governor yet as far as when we think any more restrictions will be lifted. So, right, it could be May 1st at the earliest, but my money is on they're gonna hold out a little bit longer, probably
Yeah, I think so too.
mid-May to June, I would think, just because as a state, you know, we're gonna be a little bit more cautious than some of the other states, mainly because of our population.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we can't apply the same rule to every single state. That just wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
Like demographically and politically speaking, like Kansas just so spread out. Wyoming, Arkansas, all these states are just naturally spread out. You can't apply
Yeah.
the same rule.
Right.
So
So it makes sense for them to get back to it, and obviously the 2 biggest states of concern would be New York, and then we would be second. Not because we don't have a very big caseload for COVID, especially not considering our population. We don't, but it's mainly, we would be cautious just because our population is so high. So, and that doesn't affect me at all, because I'm already back to work. So, but that said, I still have been working a lot more remotely, even with permission to go back to work, just because it's, there's stuff that mainly my kids being at home, and them just being like bored out of their minds. I have to come home and help watch them sometimes, or and it's good to be. It's just good to be in your home. Also, my personal laptop for work is so much better than my work laptop. I explained that to my boss. I'm like, better off just going home and working on this at home. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna give his skin a little bit of a highlight.
that makes sense though. If you do have the right tool and the means to work from home, and if you can be as efficient, if why not, right?
Yeah. There's still things that I need to be in the office for physically, so I'll come in for that. But usually I leave, towards the middle of the day or late in the day, because it's like the afternoon is usually when I'm doing more computer work anyway. I usually have like my huddle up meeting with my team. Here's what we're gonna do today in the morning, and then we start going, and then anytime after that, I'm done technically with what needs to happen in the office. So I generally start to look at doing what I can from home once that's done. But I am kind of anxious to get, our economy started up again, because that's scary, man. I am got to be super lucky just not to have to, deal with furlough or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a huge issue.
Was, that was something when this whole thing started, I was super worried about, not for myself, but because my team, their job is really physical and they need to be physically in the lab to do it. I was mainly worried about, their jobs and having to possibly having to lay people off. But luckily, came up with a plan with our leadership on, like, okay, here's what our guys are actually going to do for the next 2 weeks. We're going to teach them how to work from home. We're going to put some plans in place to transition them back quickly. And then the company was cool. The company was like, we're going to give you guys, everybody that's affected by this, X amount of hours that they can apply, and you can just use those while we're in quarantine to get paid. That was super nice.
Yeah.
So even people that didn't, like, because I had some people that I couldn't really give work from home stuff for, and I told them, just use your hours until we're back in the office, because I'm going to get us back in the office pretty quick, and it worked out pretty well.
Now, with those hours that you're speaking, are they actual work hours? Or are you talking about vacation or personal hours, or what?
No, they were actually, our company actually just comped us hours. So it didn't come out of their vacation. It didn't come out of, sick time or anything. It was just its own, the company is going to back you for this long. So they had a couple of weeks paid, and then for my team anyway, we were able to get back into work after about 3 weeks. And I had them on staggered shifts and all that kind of stuff. And we're still doing modified work schedules, and some of the larger departments are doing staggered shifts. I just have people deployed at different labs. So I have people at different labs, and I still have one person that's working primarily from home, who's just coming into the lab by appointment. So literally, I've been able to keep everybody distanced, or keep everybody apart, and keep everybody on the payroll, which is cool.
That's really not easy for a company to do
Yeah,
that, especially like a
manufacturing. Yeah.
Manufacturing non-financial institution.
Right.
That's
It's like,
amazing.
well, we just got lucky because paint is considered an essential function in most of the states of the union. There's one state that is a problem right now. You can't buy paint in that state, but luckily,
it's stupid.
Luckily, we don't have a plant there, but we do have our parent company is headquartered in that state. So, but it still doesn't affect us because they don't have any manufacturing there. But yeah, I don't know. Having been back to work, I do think that that California can at least have parts of its workforce back to work. Kind of do like what our office did, where right now, I think at our corporate office, we're at about we're coming up on about 25% of our total headcount is back in the office. And then towards the middle of the month, we're going to be closer to 50%. And then they're just going to, we'll just keep monitoring, making sure we don't have any cases or any outbreaks or anything like that. And as long as everything, continues to look good, they'll have more and more people coming back to work. But even then, like I was telling you the other day, there's so much, the company's discovering that there's so much upside to having people work remotely that I don't see us, at least not in this calendar year, I don't see us having 100% return to work. I think there's still going to be an expectation that that all employees that can spend at least 25% of their time working from home. That's kind of what I see from my company. I think my company's going to say that because it's like, hey, this is working out pretty well. People are being very productive, and it's saving the company money. So it's all upsides, and people like working from home. A lot of, for example, our customer service team, right? A lot of companies, customer service teams work from home. They don't work in the corporate office. So there's no reason why our customer service team needs to, take up another 100 cubicles in our corporate building.
Yeah, it probably saves a lot of electricity too.
Yeah.
Water usage.
Mm-hmm. So I could see that department going to a remote thing, and in fact, I've been helping train that department on some of the stuff that I do because I'm teaching them how to do remote management because my boss is also the head of that department as well. So when I bragged to him that I can run my whole department from my phone, he said, okay, now you have to teach the other departments how to do this. So that's what I've been doing for like the past 3 weeks, is teaching everybody how to run their office from the phone. It's been pretty cool. Like, who would have thought that, my rampant calling into meetings and my self-imposed social distancing would make me a model employee.
Worked out well.
The people at Comic Quest know that Comic Quest, I treat that as sort of like it used to be my second office. So I would take a lot of conference calls from either inside or outside of the store. All right, so let's do this. I like it, man. I do like working remote. My job, I could never be 100% from home, just because there are specific things that I need to be in the lab for, and there are instances, especially right now, where I might be the only active manager. So right now that's not an option for me, but I've proven that I can at least do 50 to 75% of my job from home, which is cool. So what else have you been spending your time on during quarantine here, Nelson?
Absolutely nothing other than
Nothing?
work. Yeah.
Jeez.
Just work, get off work, spend time with my dog. That's about it.
You're not playing Animal Farm or anything like that?
No, I've been watching shows a little bit more often though.
Yeah.
I've been watching Ozark. I don't know if you know what the show is. It's on Netflix.
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's about a really smart accountant, accountant / financial manager. laundering money for the cartels, and he has a family, so they're forced to relocate and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good show.
So it's like Breaking Bad for accounting.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my friends said that it's like Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad, it's technically he's a producer, he's a chemist, but this guy is all about money laundering and
I
ways
see.
around that, and having FBI breathing down his neck, and it's a lot of interesting stuff. But yeah, it's a good story though. Jason Bateman, my goodness, he earned my respect. He's a director of the show, and he wrote this TV series, and he's an
Wow.
actor.
Yeah.
He's actually the main character in the show.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
My wife loves Jason Bateman, so I'm surprised she's not watching this right now.
I'm surprised how good he is, because like before, I'm not a big Hollywood follower, and the only show I ever thought the only movie I ever thought he was good in was a movie called The Gifted. I'm not sure. No, it's called The Gift. The Gift. That's
The
right.
Gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Katie Holmes in it?
I'm not sure if it was Katie Holmes. It was just like it was about like a creeper had been stalking him and his wife or something, and in the end, it turned out that creeper technically was the guy. Well, was the guy that Jason Bateman used to bully in high school.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
No, that's not The Gift that I was thinking about. Interesting.
Yeah, man. I thought that was a great movie, and that's pretty much the only movie I thought that he was ever. I don't know, in my opinion, anyway. That was good. And until I saw the show, I was like, wow, he totally earned my respect after that.
My wife and I love Arrested Development, so
Yeah.
he's great in that show.
Uh,
But yeah, I'll tell her
tell me
about Oz. I'm surprised she has. Maybe she is watching it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend Ozark. Like, I think that you probably would enjoy it too. It's not just so much about like doing illegal activity, but just whole idea of how to launder money, what kind of things and the issues that arise, and you still gotta take care of your family. Like
Right.
he has 2 kids in the movie and TV series. I mean, but yeah, good stuff.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, I have not been. The only thing I've been watching is Mark has me watching this anime called Fire Force, which is okay. It's an okay anime. I don't think it's anything like super exciting or novel, but it's cool. I don't, as you know, a lot of nights I'll just paint here, so I can't exactly watch a whole lot of stuff. And anime is a little trickier because if it's subtitles, then I definitely can't watch it. But yeah, that's cool. Let's get some highlights on her as well. Yeah, but we're gonna have a lot of painted minis when this is all over.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna be a lot of
my collections are painted.
Yeah, you can show up to the store and be like, okay, we gotta play this stuff now that we painted it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably paint a 3rd Guild Ball team during quarantine. So far I'm up to 2 Guild Ball teams that have not even seen the pitch, but they're painted. And then I got to get back to painting my Gotham City Chronicles Season 2 stuff. But the good news there is, most of that, or the big sets are painted. So now it's just painting all the smaller boxes.
Oh yeah, it's my bad though. I've been commissioning you nonstop like crazy.
No, it's good though.
Taking away your leisure, painting your own stuff.
No, but it's been better because I like that better because it for me, painting other people's stuff helps keep me disciplined, right? Like I maintain a good pace and a good discipline if I have if I'm on the hook to paint something. If I'm painting my own stuff, I may not have the same amount of discipline. I may be like, I don't feel like painting tonight. I won't paint tonight. I don't feel like painting again. I won't paint again. You know what I mean? But if I have other stuff to paint, yeah. But if I have other stuff to paint, then it's like, oh man, I got this thing to paint in front of me before I can paint my own stuff. I better paint this thing first.
True that.
And so it does help like motivate me to do that. That said, though, I painted that God tier thing last time. Wraith Marid.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome. That's definitely one of my favorite things I painted during quarantine so far was that thing. What do you think, kiddo? Can you close the door? Everybody took a nap in the middle of the day except Dad. So there they are. They're all awake again, right, Octavius? We're all awake again.
I just got too tired.
Yeah, well, Darius is at full speed.
This is the first time I took a nap in the day, right?
Yeah.
In a long time.
Yeah, you took a nap and you're in the middle of painting. You just started your new God tier thing to paint.
Yeah. And I accidentally ran out of time.
Right. That's okay. Well, that's a big model. That's gonna take a couple of sit downs, a couple of sessions for you to finish.
Days?
Probably. I mean, if you really want to do a good job, and I'm sure you do. Right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest model you've painted so far. Well, I can't say that. It's actually it's like the fanciest model you've ever painted so far.
You may have seen one of the previous videos that I did on the bronze dragon. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not sure in particulars of how long you have been painting it. Like how big, long, like when you're saying big, like how long have you been painting it?
Yeah.
Then it's probably going to be, then I don't know, but
Mhm.
the bronze dragon was a little long time because of the wings.
So what's the story on this guy, Nelson? I do not know Harry Potter at all, but this guy is very fabulous.
Yeah, that guy and the girl, all four of them except Hagrid and the professor, of course, they're called Snatchers.
Yeah.
So they were hired by the Death Eaters to track down Harry Potter in episode 5 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were the one who discovered and captured Harry and brought him in front of Bellatrix. That's right, Bellatrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy has quite the outfit.
Yeah.
So I didn't do a full tartan on his pants.
That was great
and
already.
his scarf.
I did that.
It actually you can see it's not that straight, but it gives you the illusion that it's got a good pattern to it.
Yeah, it looks great. You didn't even have to do all that.
And he has like a pink highlight in his hair.
Look kind of gothic, a little punkish. Like, they had what do you call it? Eyeliners or something?
Yeah,
Mascara eyeliners in the movie.
Okay.
Oh, it was kind of.
He's kind of like adamant looking. So he's got he kind of has, coincidentally, because his eyes are so small, it does look like he's wearing eyeliner or mascara, I should say.
My guppies bred. Now they have a bunch of baby guppies, school guppies.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just can't wait to see if they actually grow up and see what the colors look like.
Oh wow. Yeah, our female crested gecko laid 4 more eggs. But we don't think I don't think they're fertile. I think she just, because they just lay eggs sometimes. But I'm incubating them anyways, because sometimes they can hold on to the male sperm for quite a while after they've mated. Although it's been probably 4 or 5 months since we separated the male and the female. Sweet.
You can open up your own reptile zoo shop after all that.
Yeah. I saw her because she got really fat. She got really fat this week, and I was like, oh, and she was eating all anything we put in the tank, any crickets or whatever. She's just throttling them. And I'm like, oh, she's got her appetite back. She looks really fat, and then popping out eggs. Great. Wow, yeah. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I'm running out of this cool black.
I ordered a Felder case on Amazon Prime.
Oh, you
and
did?
Of course, yeah, and of course, I ordered the maximum 250 figure one, but I am really disappointed. This is the 5th time in a single year that Amazon couldn't figure out where my package went.
Oh no.
And this is literally the 5th time now too. I ordered a pair of boots for Negan cosplay. That was one of my biggest disappointment. They couldn't track down where that package went. I don't understand how hard it is to track a single package while they already have numbers labeled on them. But yeah, this time it's the Felder package, which I need to put all my Star Wars minis and sitting out here collecting dust. It's frustrating. It's been a month and they finally sent me emails saying that they refunded it. I was like, I don't need the money. I need the MKs.
Yeah. That's weird. I have we must get I have had no issues with Amazon. It's only I know I've gotten burned on a couple of items, but for the most part, we haven't had that. And we order through Amazon all the time.
Frustrating.
Have you tried KR? Like a KR case?
KR miniature?
Yeah. You know the set I use?
I'm looking it up right now.
It's kind of confusing if you don't know their system ordering from them, but their cases are really nice. You have to, it's weird though, the main downside to KR is you do have to actually know, learn their system in order to tell them what you want. And their prices have gone up from when they first came out and they weren't that popular. Then they got really popular, and that's just kind of how it goes. Good cases though. Well, you've seen my KR backpack and all that stuff.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
That thing is my favorite case of all time. I own easily over a dozen different miniature cases, and that's still my favorite one. Do you think maybe Feldherr, they have a hard time working with Feldherr? Or you said it's happened on just a couple of other items, not even related to that, right?
Yeah.
Like the boots and.
Yeah, it's been within probably 7 or 8 months. I have a couple items that disappeared. Didn't know what happened. So apparently on Monday, they said they're trying to attempt the delivery around 7:57, but I was at home the whole time. And I remember, especially at that time, I was literally in my living room closest to the main door. So, of course, no one ever delivered the item. I didn't hear a knock. I didn't hear anything. And usually my dog will alert me if someone's in the front door. So all of a sudden I just get I got a message saying that delivery attempt failed. So I opened up the message and it's saying that unfortunately we ran into some issue attempting to deliver your delivery. We'll try it again. And also has a button saying update delivery instructions. So I
Mm-hmm.
simply put drop it in the front door as usual, please. And that was like my instruction.
Yeah.
It's Monday. And I've been tracking where the package was, but it said it never came to my house. It's been sitting in Los Angeles since Monday night.
Oh, geez.
And it's kind of odd. I'm not sure what happened there.
That is odd. And then they refunded you?
And then just now, we're speaking, and all of a sudden I got an email popped up on my screen saying that unfortunately there were some issues with
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't they still
the
try to
order.
deliver? But they may still actually deliver it even after refunding you.
I'm not
Hopefully they do.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Item is too big for a PO box. What? Oh no, that wasn't the reason why. It's saying this could be one of the.
It could be a reason. Yeah.
It could be a reason. It lists a number of reasons why, but I don't know. Never received it. The front gate is not locked. Everyone else delivered their stuff fine.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why this was never delivered to me. Now
Maybe the driver stole it.
He's probably a 40K
The
fan.
gamer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll put my new Grey Knights in here. You stole it. Who's this Nelson Chinese guy? He doesn't play Grey Knights. He just kept it. I've never actually I've only gotten like for miniature stuff, I've only gotten like Malifaux stuff from Amazon. Never tried like buying a case from them. I need to get I probably do need to get a new case for my son though. He has his miniature collection has exploded for obvious reasons. So
Wait
now
until
he
you get
needs.
your Marvel Prices protocol. My goodness.
Oh geez. Well, no, I don't even. I mean, we haven't even cracked that thing. I just have no interest in opening that for a long time. Because then I gotta build it all and then painting it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd rather finish a bunch of projects that, that I can get into pretty quick. The Batman stuff is all built. You just pop open the thing, prime it, and paint it. And that paints, and those minis paint pretty quick. I just wonder if we're actually going to play that game.
We should until when all this is done and over with. Play a game over at GameCraft or something.
Yeah.
I hope GameCraft doesn't go under this. I like that place.
Yeah, but how are they? They had to lay everybody off probably. Who knows if they're going to be able to come back. I did like that place a lot. It seemed to be, it seemed like it was doing pretty good business, right? It always had pretty decent amount of people in there. All right, almost done with these. Got one more little thing I gotta do. Boop, boop. Okay, let's let those dry for a minute. Look pretty good. Oh, the doggo. Gotta paint the base of the doggo here. Mr.
I
Fang.
tried to restart the app. I can barely hear y'all, so I'm not sure why.
Huh. Is that
I think it's probably on my end.
okay? Because it looks like my mic level seems to be okay. Let's see. Good old Harry Potter stuff. Okay. All right, Mr. Fang. Oh, it's coming back in. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Let's see if that
All right, much better.
better. Cool.
Yep.
All right, let me put this here. Okay, so we're gonna work on one more thing. Doot, 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 doot. All right, I'll get those guys off for a sec. And pop this open. All right. No, but I do like keeping busy on the painting table because it just gives me it keeps me in a good, like, healthy painting routine. Where's the cover for this brush though? Damn it. That sucks. Gotta be here. Wouldn't just chuck it. Doot, doot. Hate that when that happens. Okay, well, I'll borrow this for now. It won't work for now. Okay. Alrighty, so now in Harry Potter, when they do their spell effects, what color are those spell effects? Like when they shoot lightning out of their wands?
Depends on the spell mostly. The killing curse or killing spells. The most famous one's green. That's the unforgivable curse.
Okay.
Usually the dark side of people use them. Yeah, but yeah, the light side they usually have red or light blue or gold
Okay.
or yellowish, I suppose. But yeah,
Interesting.
just depends on the spell, I suppose.
Okay. What the crud?
I saw some nerds on YouTube the other day was using firecrackers. People dress up as Harry Potter characters and use firecrackers and shooting firecrackers at each other. Looked pretty fun, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
Fireball. What color is this? Okay. Is that looks? Let's see how this goes. Move this real quick.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but like, do you dread painting these models? Because I
No.
don't want to buy a new release set, and I kind of want you to paint it, but I don't want you to like hate painting these, you know? Because I know for a fact you're painting that. So
Harry Potter? Yeah, I mean, they're not my favorite, but they're not, I don't hate painting them. Okay, let's just do real quick like. No, they're actually, they can be pretty fun to paint depending on, if I like the design or whatever. My favorite from this last batch is probably Hagrid.
Yeah, Kagura is actually a powerful character in this game too.
All right. So we're gonna do some lightning for you. Oh, doggo.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. And I guess while I'm waiting, let's get a layer of this on these. I'd have to say, really, my favorite thing to paint as of right now, period, is gonna be the God tier stuff. I really enjoyed painting those last sets that I did.
They
Those were
do
super
have some
fun.
cool characters. Yeah.
So probably for me, God tier is my favorite thing to paint right now. Because, and plus it's, it's one piece plastic, so you just put it together. I mean, you don't even have to put it together. You just put a little texture on the base, and then you paint. So you get to paint one like really cool big model, and then usually a bunch of just smaller models, and it's in a nice size, right? Like there's never any size bigger than 6 models. It's pretty nice. I still like painting Guild Ball and RSD and all that kind of stuff, but Guild Ball, you still have to deal with resin, and Aristea, they just cut the models so weird that those can be frustrating to build. But once you build them, they're actually great models to paint. It's like night models, same thing. Like they're really nice looking models. Once you night models, it's very hard to cheat on these models though, because the dimensions are so realistic. And they're often depicting real people, right? Actors and roles and stuff. So that's where it gets tricky to paint these, is because there's like everything's so realistic. You can't just paint a bunch of cartoony armor or whatever and get away with it. So green is a death spell. So we have 2 guys that have broken wands. So what color should the lightning be on these 2 guys?
It's all good. Oh,
Should
are
I
you
do
actually trying
green?
to do them?
Yeah, look.
Oh, thanks.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no
My
worries,
goodness.
man. I'm at least partially responsible, if not mostly responsible, for the wand
Oh,
breaking.
man, that was
So
my bad. I should have made sure that you held on to it before I let the box come.
all
No,
good.
with Professor Lupin, which is the
Uh-huh.
half werewolf guy, the one
Yeah.
that's in olive green, you're gonna give
Yeah.
him blue spell because
Okay.
he did teach Harry. He partially taught Harry the Patronus spell,
Okay.
which is one of the hardest spell any wizard could ever learn. So Patronus spell usually come in the form of whitish blue. So
Okay.
yeah, and the other one you can just do green if you want. It's up to you.
All right. So let's try so I'm rocking some ghost tints. So let's try the green first, because I know this one should work.
That's right. I asked you on that ping day about what kind of paints did you use to make those translucent paints, but I forgot to write down the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like what type of paints do you use to make it all look translucent?
So I'm using ghost tints, but you can also use inks or washes. This is
Okay,
actually turning out to be more of like a gold color,
perfect.
but
Yeah,
I'll
good.
I'll add a little bit more. I'll add a little green to the center of this, make it look right, just so it's got a little more interest in it. because for whatever reason I see pure yellow. It looks like he's pissing. So I'll add, let's see. Oh, this is, should have a, I've got, I'll do just a little bit of green ink, which I just saw. I know I just grabbed it. Way too many inks. That's a blue ink. We'll keep that handy.
Oh,
Ah.
so. Oh, Darius. I know Octavius is in it with you, but
Oh, Octavius went back upstairs. He got bored of us. He's playing upstairs. Darius is doing great. He's just
good.
he now that it's warmer again and he can go outside, he's a lot happier. He was struggling a little bit when he couldn't go outside. He's just bouncing off the walls, driving mom crazy. All right.
But does he understand the reason why though? Like I'm sure.
No.
He doesn't
No,
understand why.
he doesn't get that. No. There we go. So we got a little green on that. There. No, and in fact, we're gonna go. My dad called the other day, and he wants to see us, even though he knows that we can't physically be together. So we're gonna drive down there tomorrow and just kind of visit from within the car.
Okay.
We'll see how that does with Darius, because Darius really loves his grandpa, but he doesn't. He doesn't understand what's going on, except that we're not going outside so much, and
Yeah, that's
so
rough on a kid, especially when they don't understand why.
the issue we're having with Darius is that he was doing so well in his preschool, socializing with the other kids and all that. That's what I'm worried about, is like all that progress that we were making with his socialization. That's what I'm scared about. All right, so this would be like I think I have an idea what I want to try here. Hey, Octavius is back. Hey, buddy. I scared you? Hey, what's up, Sean? All right, so I'm actually gonna try shooting a little of this contrast paint.
Okay.
And if I do this right, it should have the right effect here.
Wait,
Yeah?
why are you shooting it on?
Huh?
Why are you shooting it on?
Because I want it. I'm trying to keep a translucent look here.
Okay.
Right? That's kind of nice. And then
That's just so cool. Like,
let's make it deeper on this, like certain things. There you go. Okay, cool.
What is this one little bag cat in?
What?
What's this little bag cat in?
It has some minis in it.
Are they yours?
Yeah, they're mine. You want them?
No,
I'll give them to you.
I was just wondering what
I just have to chop the lightning off of them.
Oh, so you're done with the Harry Potter stuff?
Just about.
Can I look at them?
Hey, Sean, do you want a Zoom link? If you want to hop in. Let me shoot Sean a Zoom link.
come hang out, Sean.
Yeah, you can go ahead and look at it, Octavius. I told Octavius that I dropped your Harry Potter stuff, and it made me feel so bad.
It's just an accident. Yeah.
No, it's like
I just wanna
yeah,
make
but
sure
I
you're
have never done that with somebody else's models. It's like,
okay.
somebody asked me that too. I forget who it was. You're like, hey, you handle other people's models all the time. You ever have accidents with them? Like, no, I'm like the luckiest person ever. And then I had one.
I actually thought it was pretty funny at the time. I was like, "Oh, this is what we always spoke about. Like, be mad and flip the table and just
Yeah,
watch the minis fly
just break
everywhere."
all the resin minis. That
It's
was
like,
super lucky though. Like a lot of those could have shattered like
yeah.
far worse.
Luckily, like literally 99% of the miniatures are all intact, which I was actually pretty amazed.
But yeah, okay. So we got that. We're gonna let the lightning dry for a second, and then I'll glue it on. What do you think, kiddo? Did you like any of those minis?
These minis?
No, the ones that are in that bag.
Well, there's only 2.
There was no. There should be 3 more. Where'd that other one go?
I should cover the cost of those minis you chopped off the lightnings for.
Why? You hear my son? He's gonna paint them. He'll have fun.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna bring them.
No, they're yours now, Octavius.
You even want these?
No, I don't want those.
This is just fuck you.
They're just here. Well, I bought them so that I could put the lightning on those things. I had to explain to Yvonne what I'm doing. She's like, "What are you doing?" I need things with lightning that I can chop off. Because it's much cheaper to buy these than it is to buy their actual spell effects box, which isn't, and they're not even the spell effects. The painted ones aren't even painted well.
Yeah, I thought about buying those spell effect boxes. Some of them were really cool. It was like I showed a box to Yvonne. I was like, this is like the coolest spell effect creature I've ever seen. It was a bunny with a unicorn. It's a bunny with a unicorn.
That's pretty awesome.
Look. It was so awesome, but it was like $50 just for it. I was like, even I can't just blindly buy that kind of. It's too expensive.
You can't throw them. You can't throw that money around like that. It's a little too frivolous.
That's just way too much.
Okay, I think.
It kind of reminded me of that one time when you were like, "Oh, should I spend $60?" It was like, I think it was $60 or $70 on a samurai figure you really wanted.
Yeah.
And I was like, as long as it's a cool mini, I guess. I that's the only thing I can ever think of justifying spending that much on a figure. It's gotta be super cool. Like,
it was a Shadows of Brimstone Wandering Samurai.
Did you ever get it?
And I still no. Me and my son are still talking about that. Should we get it?
Do you have it?
I don't.
Oh, the samurai thing?
Yeah, we didn't buy the Wandering Samurai,
Yeah.
but I still want the Wandering Samurai.
Get it, dude. I look. I know your time's important, but I commissioned enough a project for you to get it now. Come on. And I told you I have like 8 or 9 more lined up for you.
I know.
You should just get it and make yourself happy. Gosh. Is it just a single mini?
It's just a single mini, but because the Wandering Samurai class, it was like a limited. Oh shoot, I gotta let Sean in. But because it was like it's like a limited rare class. People only got it on Kickstarter or whatever, so I had to. So I've still been like debating whether or not I want to do it. Sean's jumping in. All right.
You should get it since your son loves the game anyway. So
I know.
Howdy.
He wants. Hey, Sean.
How's it going, Sean?
He wants the Void Scorpions.
Void Scorpions.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at.
Interesting.
Oh, speaking of which, hold on, son. I'm gonna glue these on real quick, and then I got something to show you. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
No, I'm gonna break that deal. I'm gonna break that deal. I'm altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it further. All right. All right. So now I got my son all hype.
Are the
She
void
knows.
scorpions like the ones from Shadow Brimstone?
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
it's a little broad, but it's kind of cool.
Nice. I like it.
Mm.
He looks like he's casually shooting something. Like he could be shooting. He's shooting at Fang. Don't like you, Fang. All right,
Shoot the J. Shoot,
shoot.
it.
shoot the J. All right, and then let's do this one.
I am having the hardest time painting one of the models from God Tier because there's so many belts in the way.
Oh, Titus, yeah. He's all belts.
I hate it.
Oh,
It's
damn.
the worst.
Yeah.
Some Steam Forged.
Like
sculptors.
literally, this is like the one character where I'm like, honestly, I should just give this to Octavian to paint because, dear lord.
The Titus belts.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sean, have you been gaming at all?
Online, yes, but past that, no.
Oh. Yeah. I think Octave is the only one that has that luxury. Get to game with his kids.
Yeah. Only because Octavius is here. It's the only person I can game with.
Well, I mean, like, I could game certain things with my wife, but, you know, I give her time of doing stuff and all that, so.
That looks pretty cool.
Nice.
Except now he's shooting upwards though. So it's like he's shooting at Hagrid. Take that, big man.
Would
And,
it keep you laying down if you're shooting someone?
oh, he's okay. All right, I'm gonna show you your surprise. Ready? Close your eyes, buddy.
I am.
I'm gonna show it to the guys on camera for if it'll fit on camera. Oh, it's a big surprise. It's a big surprise. Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't think this will fit on camera. It's too big. No. Wait. What? Let me see if here, I'm gonna temporarily move this thing so I can show you guys.
Oh, nice.
All right. So that's way too big to fit on camera. But
Cool.
what are those?
I don't like it.
They're called Serpent Men of Jargono.
Cool.
They're snack men.
Yeah.
The snack mans. And you get 6 snack mans.
Cool.
In one box.
Yeah. So that's once you're done painting Half Tusk, then you can paint those. Daddy has to build those first though. Pretty sick. Shadows of Brimstone is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
For like, I sold my last set mainly because all of our gaming habits was around, playing Guild Ball.
Yeah.
And quote unquote standalone games.
Mm-hmm.
But being stuck in the house.
Yeah.
With just me and the boy, like we could play this whole campaign, son. We could play all of the Shadows of Brimstone. Speaking of which, I'm gonna give myself a surprise.
How do you keep yourself
Ready?
a surprise?
Close your eyes. You still have to close your eyes, even though it's a surprise for Daddy. I'll show you. I can surprise myself.
Doesn't make sense.
I always treat myself. I'm my happiest customer. No one makes me happier than me. I'll be on the phone with Comic Quest going, do I deserve this? Of course I do.
It's like my wife every once in a while when it's like a month and I'm looking at an item.
I
She's like, you know what?
this.
Treat yourself. I was like, okay.
Let me show you what this is, guys. I got to move this again.
Ah, that's dope.
Yes. Yes. Look at this.
Awesome.
Yes. It's gonna be so dope. These will paint super fast too.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
son.
Ew, ninja.
Ninjas.
Yes.
But they're bad guy
Yeah,
ninjas.
I remember.
So your ninjas can fight those ninjas.
Yeah, my ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we now have all these bad guys. We got Snackmans and we got ninjas.
So I
Can never have enough samurais and ninjas.
So now I can finish
So now we have so many bad guys for Shadows of Brimstone.
and
Nice.
I can finish Silent Story, remember?
Oh yeah. You could finish. Yeah, because we have our campaign has different story arcs.
Mm.
So Silent Shinobi, we could finish his arc now. That's cool. All right, son. What do you think? You excited?
I need to paint all of those. Dear Lord.
Yep. I'll paint them ninjas quick though.
Yeah, the ninjas
rip-
shouldn't take too long.
I'll rip through those and then Nelson will give me the next batch of things.
Even if it's like the blue ninjas.
It'll take me probably a couple of days to paint the ninjas. They'll go by quick.
Yeah.
So we can meet if you want, Nelson. We can meet tomorrow. I'm gonna go visit my dad, so we may have to meet probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's perfect. It's all good.
I'll let you know when I'm headed back.
I gotta do a lot of yard work anyway, so
Dude, that actually turned out better, I think, than the stupid wands. We should just buy
Yeah, I
a
like-
bunch of those and replace all of this single chopstick crap and just give them all the spells.
hey, how'd you
Oh,
make
that's
them stick
funny.
so easily?
What?
How'd you glue them so easily?
I just use
The gel?
using that. Yeah.
Oh, the Ultra Gel Control one. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Stick pretty easy. And then plus when you paint it, it does give it a little bit extra stickiness to it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
Paint.
now I'm really tempted at buying a bunch of those. Just to
I
get
told
two items.
Yvonne I'm stockpile these because me and Nelson are gonna buy a bunch of them.
I want to see them in the back.
She was like, okay.
Just a box.
Yeah. I'm like, we just when you see these, so now they're on the save for Octave item list, so she
It's
knows
funny.
because she'll stockpile stuff for us. Hey, what's up, Troy?
Oh Lord, I got.
So my son he just started Half Tusk.
That one should be an easy paint. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this is the fanciest model you've ever painted, son.
Oh
right?
yeah.
It looks golden on camera.
Yeah, see how he looks gold on camera, but
Hmm.
he looks green in real life. I used the Beholder Lightning Eye for Marvel Crisis Thor. That's awesome. That makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
Oh man, who did I gave away my Beholder, right? I think I did.
Oh, don't give away the beholders.
I gave that to somebody. I was like, here, have a Beholder. And they're like, this is a rare. I'm like, yeah.
Hmm.
I'll never do anything with that. Go for it.
Octave could have been making that side money off of one
Yeah.
beholder.
I gotta sell. I still have Guild Ball team. I want to sell my Miners team, and I want to sell my NG's team too. My engineers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing cool. But yeah,
I think as of right now, I have enough teams on my plate. I think once the store decides, okay, we're finally done with all the Guild Ball stuff, that's when I'm gonna collect the rest.
if they clear out the rest of the Guild Ball stuff,
Yeah.
who knows if they will though. I mean,
Yeah. But I mean,
the-
I'm saying the day that Steam Forge is like, we did it, we're finally finished.
oh, I
Here's
see
the
what you're
last
saying.
hurrah. We're not making any more past this point. I'd be like, I need an engineer team. Engineer and butchers.
I'm still probably gonna buy that resin engineers team.
Well, it's the lighter version. Wouldn't blame you.
It's not that the Colossus sculpt is kind of worth it,
Oh, okay.
just for the Colossus sculpt.
Aren't you spending a lot of money on gaming stuff?
Yeah, thanks for the judgment, son. Just kidding.
Son's already getting
Aren't you
judgmental uncle
spending-
syndrome.
Well, Octavius, so here's what happened. See, because I paint all of this stuff for Nelson and other people, that means I could take part of that money and buy you your stuff and buy me my stuff. Right? So it keeps us all, it's a nice healthy economy we have here. So no more judgment because you're one of the main benefactors of this entire system.
Oh god.
It's true. I know.
True story.
It's all good. It's all
That's
good, son.
funny.
Don't bite the hand, son. Don't bite the hand.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. I think these turned out pretty cool.
Mhm.
A little awkward because this is a little wider than the wand is, but I don't think no one's really even gonna notice that
Yeah.
Yeah.
and be like,
I like
oh,
that.
that's cool. This is better because it doesn't look like pee anymore. So that's cool. But yeah,
Now
you
that
just need,
droopy magic.
so you need, Nelson, you can use inks. Inks are one of my favorite things. You could use inks. You could use ghost tints. You can even use contrast paints.
Now, do you have to airbrush them on, or can you just paint them on?
You can paint them on, but it's not going to be super
Same
even.
effect.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And you may lose, like if you go too hard, you may lose the transparency, especially if you're going with inks. You run the risk of losing some transparency.
Got it.
But they look cool. I don't know.
Well, the inks are from the P3 line, right?
Or you could use Vallejo inks too, but I think P3 inks are the best inks in the market. And to me it's shocking people do not know how good these are. Like that's like another thing that's on my Yvonne hold for me every time they come in thing. Is there certain P3 inks that I need like all the time? I guess I'll just glue his arm back on so he could be shooting nothing. Now he's just an angry guy. Looks like he's pushing. I'm just gonna push something.
Could be that
I was a wizard once.
now he's a wushu style fighter.
Don't judge me. I could, but what's the fun in that? It's more funny if he's no longer shooting anything. I lost my powers.
Does he just have open palms at this point?
They're kind of half clenched.
Oh, so
So he does.
doing that Tai Chi style.
Yeah. Look at this.
Use this, right?
What?
You could have just used this, right?
That's way too thick.
I mean, I probably would make him a monk at that point.
But I mean, my desk has a bunch of just
Oh,
this stuff flying around
man.
from
Mhm.
I needed that spell effect. This dude was once shooting a fireball. Now he's just sad. All these guys are, I don't know, that actually looks kind of cool.
It kind of does.
because he's about to Hadouken right there.
Yeah, slight charge up.
Why are they holding a bird?
Oh, I had 2 of them.
Yeah, you had two.
I must have really liked that effect. This guy took his whole hand off.
Is there-
Oh, that's because when I did Mercury, you swapped the entire hand. So he had the hand and flame removed. He just had the flame part removed.
I think when I did my Mercury, all that I did was like drizzle what you call it? Like the hot glue gun downward so that it looked like his hand was just oozing acid.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we have this guy.
This guy, he's still intact.
Yeah.
He's like, look at me go.
He's got dreadlocks.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from me, man. They fire the lightning at you. Think about it. Who are the 5 greatest rappers?
Dylon, 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 and Dylon.
It's Dylon. we can paint this guy to be Dylon.
Mm-hmm.
You're too close to me, man.
just order 12 more Fantastic Beast minis. Came from Night Model.
Oh
So-
lord. Oh lord.
See? They're lining up the next projects already.
Jesus.
Yeah, I have probably like 6 or 7 already on hand for you to paint.
It's cool,
We'll
though.
keep the rotation going. We'll keep the
Yeah.
rotation going.
Keep the. What's
If
that,
you're
son?
okay with it.
Isn't that gonna make it harder for me to get to my farmer's team?
Yeah. Well, you have a couple of projects. You have the Snake Men's, and you have the Farmers, and you can paint whatever you want to paint first. Whatever looks more interesting to you.
Do you guys know if they were still selling Fallout I think it's Fallout Warfare still at
Yeah.
50% off?
No.
I don't even know if they're running discounts on anything right now.
Damn.
It's not anymore. But
Okay.
Sean, were you talking about the board game or the miniature line?
The
'Cause I thought
miniature
it was
line.
Was the miniature line ever on sale for 50%
It
off?
was. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was on
Yeah.
sale for 50% off before the whole pandemic happened.
Yeah, because I noticed they stock up back next to where Harry Potter stuff is now.
Mhm.
And they're charging them full price for a while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was mostly asking because like one of my friends, she's into Fallout, so
Yeah.
that was like one of the games that she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that they actually had that." It's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're still at 50% off at the store that I usually go to, but you know,
Mhm.
figure I'd check.
The board
That's
game is though. The FFG board game Fallout is still 50% off. But
Sweet. All right.
But
I
me,
could-
as of right now, I have like a bunch of projects. Some are like 100% done. Others are like in the 50%. So it really varies.
It's just gonna depend what you want to paint next, kiddo. Like, yeah, do you want to play? Like, should we? Well, you have to finish your God tier stuff first. So
Should we paint that?
if you want to continue to paint God tier stuff, we could do that once he's done. Or if you want to go paint your Shadows of Brimstone and stuff, you can paint that, or you could paint your farmers. So think about it. Think about it. Who are the 5 greatest rappers? it's from a TV show. Son.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get ahead of.
Yeah. Well, we'll get. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think I should paint those ninjas next. How many ninjas come in that box?
I think it's 4 or 5.
I counted.
How many?
7.
7?
Damn.
Oh yeah. That is 7. Their poses are kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm. Question is, are they goofier than the gremlins for Malifaux?
What color should I paint the ninjas? Because I could paint them black, and then it's kind of boring.
Are you asking us or your son?
You paint 'em red.
Both.
I'd say dark blue.
If I paint them red, they'll look like Jinx,
This is
who's
true.
already in. Like, you don't want them to look like the one that we already have, because then you'll get confused.
We can't do red, brown, or yellow.
Yeah, we can't do. Well, we could actually do yellow if we wanted to,
The Killer Bees.
but what?
The Killer Bees.
Yeah, we could do.
Because the 3 ninjas that we have are red, yellow, and
I'm just thinking, like, we could do any color we want. On
Dark
these.
blue's a good one.
Dark blue wouldn't be too bad.
But I'm kind of entertained by the yellow ones.
These things are gonna paint really fast. I'll think about it. What other colors are good? We could paint them like that weird, like, we could paint them turquoise.
That's an idea.
that looks kind of pretty.
Yeah, turquoise ninjas would be kind of cool. Or what were you saying, purple?
I wasn't choosing the color.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Age 12 plus, but you're 6 and you're playing this game.
They didn't have a clue. Should say age 12 plus unless your kid is educated.
Oh wow, they have their own. This has additional missions. Yes. So we could have an all ninja party. I mostly want to play another Shadows of Brimstone just to put the dog on the table.
That'd be kind of fun.
We made an agreement about the dog one.
Yeah, we're gonna play Bartholomew.
Yeah.
He's the goodest boy.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you didn't stream him, right?
I didn't what?
You didn't stream Bartholomew.
I didn't stream Bartholomew because he's one color. It's the easiest. Where'd he go? Where's Bartholomew? He's in there. Or I could just not paint those ninjas and paint some more Batman and try
So
to.
you're never gonna paint the ninjas?
What? No, the ninjas are fast. I could paint the ninjas in like one day. That's
Mhm.
really not. That's gonna be the easiest speed paint ever. Yeah, they're gonna go super fast. Because they're all just one color, really, and you just paint weapons and little slits where their faces are. That's it. Yeah.
You should do one on some of them have like little sickles, and you have to do that like a brown wood color.
Not a big deal, kiddo. It's all right. Okay. Well, what time is it? Oh, it's almost 11. Yeah, we should probably call it anyway. All right, guys. Well, I am going to call it. Here's the last look at the Harry Potter guys. I don't ask me for any names. I don't know Harry Potter, but here's this guy. Nelson can tell us who they are. But these are the grabbers.
Snatchers.
Snatchers.
Yep.
Here's the female one, the female snatcher. Just doesn't sound appropriate. And
A female
then this
snatcher.
one,
Just
Wait.
got demonetized.
this guy, yeah,
He's shooting
video
at them.
demonetized. And then we have Professor Lupin,
Yes, sir.
or
He's a werewolf. Yep.
Lupin, and here's his werewolf form. It's a very blue werewolf, very blue gray werewolf.
Yeah.
He was
And
bit.
then
by one of the snatchers, and
He was-
that's how he turned into a werewolf.
And then you got Hagrid here.
Big
He's
H.
this jolly man, and his doggo,
Fang.
the Fang. Cool. All right, guys. So
Cool.
Nelson, I'll
Nice.
let you know tomorrow when and I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna get them off these and lock them in that case so that I don't drop that.
Are you accepting another commission though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Cool.
guys.
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Good night, son.
See ya.